For reference, for anyone listening, it took us an hour and a half to get the audio going because this is the first time with a third microphone because we have our guest today, our first
very
guest.
Special guest, episode 7 of The Associates. We have someone incredibly near and dear
The
to
cold
my heart.
email wizard.
One of the best info marketers on the planet. Probably the least poor person that we associate with regularly here at The Associates. Cold email wizard, a.k.a. Daniel, but I affectionately refer to him as email. That's just
that boy email.
Thank you for the warm welcome.
Shout out
my
to
man.
My friends.
Andy
Glad to have you
Cav
here.
I do love cash. I am
That's
a big fan of making money.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I would never have guessed.
Well,
Great. So yeah, glad to have you here. Really, like, it's first guest, right? And something that you and I talked about, Logan, is we wanted to be very selective with who we brought on because I feel like a lot of these podcasts will just bring anybody on.
Yeah.
And they'll just talk about whatever. And whatever they're talking about is a whole lot of nothing. And we really want to have substance in this show or whatever this brand is. So that's what this is. This is our first guest, and we picked someone with actual substance that we can have a normal, high-quality conversation with about marketing and business and life.
Well, and I think it's perfect because, like, the frame that we even wanted to do this with is, like, you and I just have these conversations normally. Like, if we're just chilling, you know, work's done,
we
it's
do
8
it with
o'clock.
email, too.
And, yeah, and so you and I just have these riffs, and we're like, fuck, dude, we should be recording these because they're kind of lit.
there's so many instances where we're just having an actual normal conversation at dinner. Like, fuck, why didn't we record that?
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah,
annoying.
but you fit perfectly into that. We have the same
Thanks.
kind of, like, riff anytime you're around and just in the mix. And so, yeah, I'm super excited to shoot the shit. Do you want to give the unaware associates kind of a little bit about you and a little bit of intro?
Yeah, 100%. So, my name's Daniel Fazio. 2 years ago, I made this account called Cold Email Wizard. I met both these guys from Twitter. I had this course.
You were at 2,000 followers when I first met you.
Yeah, I have 85,000 now. I made this course, Cold Email Mastery. It's done over $1 million. I have 5 software companies. I'm working on a 6th right now, and I run a coaching program called Client Ascension. That's probably going to do $1 million in its first year, and that's my first foray into building like real sales teams. So we have a sales team of 5 people right now, just absolutely fucking pumping calls into that shit. So it's interesting to go through all these cycles of growing a business. So like just in the like hitting 20K a month for the first time is pretty insane. I've done 200K months twice in my life.
What was your goal when you first started?
Dude, I was under the. I
you did
remember sitting there thinking like, dude, if I can make 20K a month and just chill on that, that's cool.
That's how I thought, too. And you did Amazon first, right?
Yeah, it was the very first thing I did was Amazon. So, it's pretty interesting when you might say that, like, if you're not well versed in online business or like maybe you're just coming up, you might say to yourself, yeah, 20K a month, I'd be really happy with that. But as you get to 20K a month, you become the person who is capable of producing 20K a month, and then you realize how actually simple it is. So you're like, fuck, well, I can just take this to 50. Then I can just take this to 100 and then 200. And now I have no idea where it's going to stop until we're fucking billionaires.
Exactly.
So.
Well, I think what happens too is when you're at 0, you're like, oh my God, 10 to 20K a month. The people I know that are making the most in their jobs right now are making 100K a year. So if I'm making 10 to 20K a month, I'm doing great. But then you get there and you start to meet people in like this business type of space, and they're doing 50, they're doing 100, and your just mindset and your thought process start to expand. Of wait a minute, I'm way more capable. Like if I got to 20, I'm way more capable. And if we're being honest, 20 is really low.
That's really not that much.
It's really not much money at all, especially if you have expenses and whatnot. And we got to remember, typically when people say 20, that means revenue. It's not profit. So there's a lot of other stuff built in.
I feel like this is where a lot of people fuck up though. They'll hit like 20 and then they don't want to learn how to hire someone or how to train them. They don't want to like pay a salary.
Business kind of goes from at the start figuring things out in regards to what you're actually going to do in your service and getting your skill set to how can I transfer this skill set to other people so I can get my time back to scale. And then it just becomes a different problem. You go from the actual person doing it to being an operator.
Yeah.
And it's a different skill set altogether.
I've noticed that a lot too. I feel like because it's just like these little cycles, like 0 to 20 is like everything is flat line until you get all the pieces of the puzzle. And then it's like instant jump and now you're at 20. and then you get to 20, and then it's like flatline because you start feeling like you're not accomplishing anything, doing all that time, investing into people, training people, starting to figure out, like for me, it was a big change to like go from like just dolo to like, oh shit, I have to like have this ready for them. And I gotta be on waypoint.
And you don't want the people
fixed expenses.
Yeah.
Now. Like you're hiring people, you have this,
you're spending 10 grand a month
and
just to keep the show fucking rolling.
And you don't want the people that you're paying for to just be sitting idle.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like our expenses base at the agency are like $30K a month.
Yeah.
And you need to make money.
Nick got a whole village in the Philippines running.
You have to. You have to. I was talking about this with my team yesterday about. It's
the Tesla pill starting to hit right now. I got a little. We're sipping on a little pre right now.
I was talking with the client ascension team yesterday, and it was about just marketing in a general sense. And if you want to grow something, you establish new floors. So it's like you get a 20 for the first time, and like maybe you go a little bit below that, and then you break past that barrier, and then you establish a floor at around 20. And if you want to blast through these floors, you have to apply so much fucking force to a system. And what I mean by that,
I love his energy.
Say you're on Twitter, right? And I was explaining this system to Andre and Christian, who were my partners at Client Ascension. You have to plug your shit like 3, 4, 5 times a day and retweet it a lot.
For Twitter marketing.
Yeah, for Twitter marketing. But it applies the same. So it's like if you were doing Instagram, you got to post like fucking 4 times a day, have stories up 24/7, retargeting ads. You need to absolutely fucking force traffic into your funnel and really, really push it hard. Because if you that's the only way you can break a system.
It's a huge mistake that a lot of people make. And Logan and I were talking about this. Logan didn't like to promote before. He would not want to tell people to buy his product. He's like, why am I not making as much money as I want? I was like, hey bro, have you thought about telling people to like purchase from you?
Bro, you don't even have a fucking link in your bio right now.
I do have a link in my bio.
I
have the merch. I have the merch in my bio. Okay.
No. You need to put on social.
We'll fix that.
I don't have a lander right now for my fitness stuff. Still haven't made a lander.
Dude, you know what my landing page is?
What?
We gotta fix
Bro,
that.
why? It takes like fucking 20 minutes to make it in ClickFunnels.
Yeah. I don't
Logan,
know.
this is what we're gonna do. We're meeting tomorrow evening. I'm
Yeah.
gonna give you the template, and you're gonna put in
Perfect.
the title.
That sounds
and you're gonna
excellent.
record the video based on the
Just
script.
copy the funnel.
We'll take care of you tomorrow.
I mean, listen, it just launched like 3 weeks ago. Okay, so like
You should have had it done first day. What do you mean?
it was a DM funnel. Like
Man launched a whole ass business without a fucking.
It's good though. You did
Funnel.
what? How much? 25K.
yeah, like 27.
Nice. Without a funnel,
That's
it's good.
ARR, right? It's recurring.
It's a good.
Yeah.
Good setup.
Well, yeah. I mean, if they
This is
if they continue. But so anyway, enough about although I do love, and I think one of the big things that I love about Miami personally is like, bro, like partying, cool, whatever. Like it's fun here for sure. Weather's great. Like hot girls, can't go wrong there. But my favorite personal thing about Miami is that it's like, where else do I have Nick and Daniel and just like, it's impossible to lose when I'm sitting here and it's just like this fucking turbo artist just like slam, power fuck, cash. It's like I hang out with like some of our friends like Daniel or maybe like Chase or whoever it is and you're around these people and it's fucking impossible to lose because it's like he's sitting here. He's like, dude, plug your offer 200 times. Like, why did you not do this? You need to be posted. There should not be an hour that goes by where you don't have a post up on Twitter. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
And it's just like,
It just makes you
amazing.
think different. And
Yeah.
and then I could probably say something or you could probably say something that makes him think different. Like we had a whole conversation the one night. I'm like, dude, why aren't you calling every single person that purchased your SaaS products to buy your, coaching? And you're like, oh, I didn't think of that. So it's just like different things we play off.
Or
it's always the simple.
I bully him to go outside in Sunmax. It's like, go get your 2 hours in, bro. What's up?
Yeah.
It's great.
True.
It's an
Now
echo
that I have
chamber.
a triple monitor setup.
It's healthy bullying. We need to bring back bullying.
Bullying is so
Why is
goated.
nobody getting fucking bullied
Yeah.
anymore? This is
Honestly, dude, like if you're doing something wrong and you get like I feel like there's so many guys too that I see shit like, and it's like, bro, did you not have male friends growing up?
Bro.
'Cause my friends would have roasted
Dude,
me.
well,
Thank
you know,
God
you know
they
what's something
did.
interesting?
Thank
I
God
also
they did.
I also think it's the geography as well and how people relate to each other. Because I've noticed we're all from the East Coast, right? We will just tell each other how it is. Just straight up, hey, bro.
Well, I'm a Midwest king, so.
Ohio, whatever, East Coast, kind of, same thing, right?
Not really, but okay.
Yeah, but you're kind of like.
It's a huge difference between New York and New Jersey and Ohio.
Okay, fair enough. But I would say like how people talk to each other is the same, right? In Ohio, right? Anyway, whatever. Laugh away. But what I'm saying is the way we kind of relate to each other and communicate is very just like, hey, bro, this is exactly how it is. Like, I'll just tell you straight up. There's no bullshit.
Fluff.
There's no kind of like,
hey,
making sure your feelings aren't hurt, et cetera, et cetera. People from the West Coast, and I don't hate people from the West Coast. I like people. I have friends from the West Coast, but they are maybe a little more sensitive, or they take things like if I'm like, dude, you're a fucking idiot, right? They will take that as like I'm being serious, and I'm not being serious. It's just like, hey, it's just like kind of tough love, right? And and I think we just kind of communicate a little bit different. So it's something I've noticed a lot being in Miami, where I meet a lot of people from elsewhere.
Nick repping that New York set. It's fuck LA out here. You feel me?
I don't like LA.
I mean, it's true.
I don't like LA at all.
When I was a kid, I was chubby, but I had older brothers.
Yeah.
And they bullied me.
Now,
look, I'm not fucking fat.
I didn't know you had older.
It's pretty incredible. I mean, bullying works. It's an effective form to change people.
I didn't know you had older brothers. I thought you were like an only child.
No.
Oh, interesting.
No. I got 2 stepbrothers, a full brother, and 2 stepsisters. But I've been with them since I was like 5 years old. So.
Did they get any of the email sauce?
I want to. You got them boys running campaigns to this day, right now. I want to go back to something you touched on, and it's just like the force. Because one thing that I think has been one of the biggest things that I've learned from you, and that I feel like is, because I feel like a lot of this stuff that, like, bro, all the tactical shit, like, oh, get your lander up, or like just little like tweaks, like that shit really is not, at the end of the day, it's not like breaking the needle one way or another. I feel like it's just little tweaks, and you slowly put the puzzle piece together. But
I feel like you need the big piece there.
Overarchingly big picture, yes, you need to be like in the right thing. You need to have the right opportunity, skill set, matchup, whatever. But like most of the time, people focus on like all this tactical shit, and you have so much tactical shit that works. But I feel like a lot of times, especially if you're trying to grow a business or make money or whatever the fuck you're trying to do, most of the time it's like this belief block, or like you just don't have the beliefs, and or what's the word that I'm looking for? Like you just don't make the decision. Like you just don't have the conviction that you're going to do something. Like it's not even a belief. It's like a subconscious imprint. And one thing that I've learned so much from you, and just through observation, is like you talk about like this brute force, kind of like just applying fucking pressure, and also just like really shamelessly kind of selling the fuck out of yourself and your products.
But you do it in a tasteful way.
So I think you should talk about that, because I would love to just hear your little like quant stimmy pack riff on just like the momentum and just like fucking pounding shit forward.
So I feel like a lot of people, when they're thinking about making a business, they're looking for permission for someone, where they're like, or they don't know what to do, and they're just going to sit here and try to copy someone who runs some exact business model. Like, oh, you do copywriting for SaaS? Can you show me everything about doing copywriting for SaaS? With absolutely zero regard to what they currently have right now. And I'm going to give you an example. Say, you don't have to run like an agency or some shit like that. So say there's someone and they're like, they've been playing online poker their whole life. It's like, how about you start making online poker videos and tutorials and shit, and then you could sell a private group on poker and like poker coaching and just shit like that. And people just, they always think they can't abstract and think of a way to sell something that already relates to their life. They always think, oh, I just have to copy someone else precisely. It doesn't work like that. You're gonna fuck it up. A lot of people, they'll come in and they'll be like, yeah, I want to get into business. I want you to give me this offer. Tell me how to reach these people, what to say in here, and then what to say in the sales call, how to price it, all that. And fucking, bro, a lot of you guys, you want that. But if I gave that to you, you'd fuck it up. You just don't have the foundational understanding of how to just operate something. The only way you're going to do that is you have to use what you have, and you go from piece to piece to piece to piece. Like, I'll give you an example. Say you're sitting here and you get some video on YouTube. It's like, how I made $10,000 last month making websites, and like they use fucking Webflow or some shit for the websites. So now you sit here and you're like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna go learn Webflow. I'm gonna try to do that. So now you're learning Webflow. You're like, all right, now I gotta go try to find clients. So you're like, oh, well, how do I get clients? How do I do all this? It's like, oh, this guy's talking about getting clients with cold email. Yeah, I'll learn cold email. Okay, now you're like doing cold email, and you find that you actually turn out to be pretty good, but your website offers shit. So you're like, oh, I'll just sell like cold email as a service. So then you start doing that, but then you figure out like you can't really close the calls. You suck at that. So you're like, oh, I gotta get better at sales. So now you start getting better at sales, and you're like, dude, I'm like really, really good at sales. I can just go like close other people's offers. Right? So now then you start doing that. And then you go from piece to piece to piece to piece to piece, and all this shit aggregates until one day you know so fucking much it's impossible to be poor. And this takes such a long time to do, and you need to understand that. It's like this indoctrination period. For me, this was like 2 years. And this is typically how long it takes. It's like 2 years.
2 to 3, I'd say.
That's how long it took for me.
Yeah.
Roughly.
People they want the money right now. Right? You can't learn all of this shit in a month. It's impossible. There's so much, and all of these pieces connect. One thing you learn from here leads to this and this and this and this, and there's this giant fucking spider web of shit. You know too much. And that's how this works. And a lot of people, what'll happen is, ever since like there's ClickFunnels, and it's like, oh, here's a funnel, it's your opt-in page, and yada yada. People don't realize that a fucking business, that's not a business. That's a fucking landing page sequence, right? Real business is awareness, consideration, conversion, triangle. It's a funnel, right? And imagine there's a flow of shit at the top. There's attention, there's human attention. And awareness is the content you put on the internet. Imagine off the top of it, there's that flow. It's a fucking web. You put a web up, every piece of content, and it captures some of the flow, and it brings it into awareness, which is Instagram followers, Twitter followers, email list subscribers, YouTube subscribers, right? Any kind of shit like that. You're putting them in
your
awareness.
Audience.
Yes, that is your audience. You've captured the flow. Now they're inside. And as you produce more and more content, very gradually pushes them down to consideration. They're considering your offer. They're aware that you have something to sell, right? So if you want to maximize awareness, optimizing what kind of content you get to make the net go higher, each individual net go higher, that's an optimization in and of itself. Now, how do you get, and there's another optimization inside of consideration, where it's like getting better at sales calls, getting better at follow-up, like outbound calling people, all that kind of shit. That's optimizing from consideration to conversion, right? There's all these pieces. Every single step needs its own individual optimization, and people don't understand that.
And it takes multiple months, if not years, to get each one down, especially as someone that's just starting. I think we're at the place where we're now copying and pasting the systems that we've built. At least Logan and I are in the, me at the agency, Logan with his fitness brand, to showing people inside of our coaching, like, okay, copy this, exactly what we did, and you will be successful because we have each one of those optimizations.
That's typically what you're buying in an offer, some kind of optimization of some piece in your funnel.
Now, you get really, really excited about this stuff. I want to know why. I want to know like what makes you like want to like talk about this super excitedly all the time.
I don't know, dude. I feel like when I was a kid, I was always just fucking like angry or something. I had like something to prove. Or it's like, and now it's, and then I'm like, oh, I'm going to make it on video.
So, wait, why did you have something to prove?
I don't know, bro. I have no idea.
I'm trying to get deep right now.
You get like, my man pulled up on a shorty on Valentine's Day in 4th grade, and she didn't accept his card, and he turned into a motherfucking monster. Cut the Future song. Let's get it.
No, 35-year-old billionaire.
So like, because it's like everything you said, and I love it. I'm so glad to have you on right now.
The energy,
I just love it. It's fucking just power fuck, cash flow, systems, optimization. But I really relate to like what you said, because it's really funny for me, like drop out of school, right? And I have this like big grandiose vision. Like I want to make music. I want to be like one of the IG fitness guys back in the day. And I wanted to do drop shipping, right? That was my 19-year-old ascendancy off the college dorm room.
Isn't it so funny how we all got memed into like doing drop shipping and Amazon?
Yeah,
it's
so
hilarious.
funny.
That was the move.
I feel like everyone
on Twitter.
I feel like everyone in our space kind of came from that. Everyone does something different now.
I'm thankful for it.
But
super thankful for
it.
Changed my life.
Super popular. Anyway.
But so I did that and I drop out and I moved to Florida. And like, for me, it's come full circle because the first thing I tried was I shouted out an IG page from my personal that had like, I don't know, 2,200 followers from like college, high school, whatever. And I sell like fitness programs, $30 for your 12-week fitness program. Make like probably $600 from like people that I knew, right? I start posting content and I'm like, fuck, this doesn't work. I'm building a personal training roster. I'm going door to door pitching businesses to come train at the gym in person in Clearwater I was working at, right? And so the whole time I'm doing that, now I start, I'm in like the internet marketing space and learning. And then I go to like, I'm doing all that as a day job. And now I tried like a couple drop shipping stores and burned a shitload of money. And I was like, fuck, I don't have money, so I need to sell services. And then I started doing like email copywriting and running ads for people. And like that did okay. I made a little bit of money, closed like maybe 3 people, $500, $1,000. And then I was like, fuck, I want to do this bigger. And I end up finding a way to use that like cold email sort of sequence to actually get myself a job. And then I become the COO / like head of sales. Like I was just kind of doing everything for an e-commerce agency and building that up. And then I really saw like, oh wow, this is what it takes to build a business at a high level. And then do that. Now I'm start posting content because I love the fitness stuff and start building an audience there, right? And then I'm like, fuck, like what happens if I launch an offer, right? And so I launch an offer. I leave my job. Now I'm making that money. And then I'm like, fuck, this is actually like harder than it seems. Like I need some cash flow to be able to build this right. So then I start selling other people's offer on the phone. And then I get back into growing the fitness stuff. And then I like try a couple things. And then it brings me full circle to where I am now, which is selling fitness programs essentially, right? The first thing that I tried, but it took 3 years to do it like on a big boy scale.
Doing it the right way.
And so I think like you absolutely have to put in the time, and there's no way to skip it. And if you want to skip it, you're gonna skip the thing that actually makes you successful, which is you being a better person. People want to skip actually changing. You have to fucking change.
What I've seen is the people that quote skip it. They maybe get lucky or whatever, and they get placed in an opportunity, and things just pop off, and they go to crazy levels, but they skip that learning process and that optimization process on the way there. So when inevitably something goes wrong, they fail. Yeah, they just goes wrong, and they can't recover from it because they haven't seen it before. They don't know because it didn't go up the levels. And I think this is a good example of like the kids in crypto. A lot of these kids in crypto got lucky, et cetera, but they don't have anything else except for money. They're literally just bending their...
You aren't capable of reproducing that much again.
Yes, you don't have the skill to go do it again. You're just sitting here and you're like, okay, and I'm rich, but I'm not actually rich because I don't have any skills.
I think it's really tough too because I know a couple people that have had a similar situation to that, and what happens is your ego inflates and you start thinking you're XYZ. And I've seen it like really fuck up people because they start thinking like, oh, I'm the man, I'm this. And then the money goes away. Money goes away, and then it's like...
Then they're incapable of going back down on
because
their perception of themselves.
Their ego is so high that they can't go back to being like in the trenches.
Inflation too.
Yeah.
So, but I still want to hear you talk about like this, because you always had something to prove. And so like, I think that all of us, right, share one thing, is that we had this like, no matter what, we had like bulletproof conviction from the start, right? And I wonder if, especially too, like just the way that you just like push your shit out there, and it's very like tongue in cheek too, which I think makes it personable, and like people love you, and you're.
I will actively explain to people how I'm marketing to them.
Yeah. And they love you for it, and so what do you think? There's anything that helped you find that like level of just like unbeatable conviction and like just shameless self-promotion, and just like, do you think there's a way to manufacture that?
It's kind of, if you just like talking about like the Twitter system, for instance, like a normal person might be like, oh, I already like tried to promote my thing yesterday. I don't want to do it again. I don't want to like piss people off. But what I found is I'm absolutely shameless with it, and I explain to people what I'm doing. Like I'll link Client Ascension out like 5 times a day and retweet each of those tweets 3 more times, and people were getting hit with that shit like 20 times a day if you're on Twitter
And they
all day.
have to check it out. What is this? I
There's-
see
there's
it
no-
everywhere.
You see it so many fucking times. Like, if you're running ads, you'll understand this thing called frequency, right? It's how many people, the average amount of time someone has seen your ad throughout a certain time period, right? So your frequency on seeing client ascension from me, if you follow me on Twitter, might be, you might see it like fucking 20 times a day.
Yeah.
And eventually, now it's like subconsciously planted inside your head. So the moment that think about like, yeah, I really do feel like trying to scale up to like 20K, 30K a month right now. Like, I remember clients sent it. I'll go check that out. I'll get on a call and see what's up with that. See what they can help me do. And if you really just look at it, so I make money in direct proportion to how much I post it, like quite literally, right? But there's something you have to understand about conversion windows as well. It depends on the type of offer. If you're selling like a $37 product or something, you might see instantaneous results. Like, yeah, you posting it 5 times a day versus you posting it once a week is gonna be a shit ton more. But when it's like a call funnel, it's not as what you did 3 weeks ago determines how much money you're going to make today. When it's a higher ticket offer, there's a longer conversion window. And if you look at some of the people who are in client ascension, maybe they booked a call for it like 7 months ago and they finally joined because they kept seeing it on Twitter, they see more results. People don't just buy.
And this is why and we're getting really deeper into the marketing stuff now, and I like this because we haven't really gone deep on a pod yet on like the marketing tactics and stuff.
Yeah,
so it's really
been,
cool.
Like very vanilla.
This is why people argue over organic versus paid, and I'm like, they work together. They are the system works together because someone can come and book a call of paid. They've never seen us before, but then they follow us. They book a call. Oh man, I want to think about it. Blah blah blah. You don't close them. And then they watch your stuff. They follow you. They watch your stuff for 4 months straight. They're like, wow, he actually is the expert. I need to get in the program right now because he is the expert. And then they book a call again, and boom, they're closed.
Every individual who will buy something. If somebody is determined at some point in their life to make a 30K, 40K, 50K a month business, they are going to buy something that helps them do
some
it.
kind of service, some
They're
kind of
going
coaching,
to
some
buy
kind of product.
something. And if you aren't applying maximum force, they will convert on something that is not yours. So you have to always keep it there. So when they do convert, it is yours.
And this is where conviction is really, really high. If you actually believe that your product is the best product on the market, it can help them and solve their problems, you should be promoting it non-stop. But if you don't believe that, then someone else is going to take their money because they believe it way more than you.
Yeah, but Daniel, like, were you always that way? Did you always apply maximum force? When did you start applying maximum force?
I feel like it's more recent that you've been
figure
talking
it
about
out?
it.
No, the first time I really figured that out, it was when I first released Cold Email Mastery. And I like just made Cold Email Wizard. And the way it kind of worked is I made Cold Email, it was May 2020. I made Cold Email Wizard, and then I released Cold Email Mastery in June. It does like $800 first month.
Pandemic ripping, dog.
And then the next month it's like $2,200, and then the next month it's like $6K.
I think that's when I first talked to you.
Yeah,
When you did
and
your
now
6K
I'm
month.
seeing this, it's going up, and I'm like, dude, if I get retweets from other people and I post it here and I get more testimonials and then I get them to tweet it from their profile and I retweet it over there, I retweet it like 10 times throughout the course of a month, and that's gonna drive more and more and more and more and more. And I'm very slowly realizing this, and inside my thing, Internet Money, one of the first videos I'm talking about like compounding effect and doing this, I show the graph where it's exponential growth of Cold Email Mastery. It was like the 6th month. I mean, by November, Cold Email Mastery did $115,000. And Cold Email Wizard, the brand, wasn't even fucking 6 months old yet.
Wow.
Was
So it did
6 months old.
115 in November.
November 2020.
So like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, you had a
Yes.
sale, I imagine.
Yes.
Got you.
But
What
the
did it-
previous month
what did it
before
do in
that was
Dec-
like 60-something K.
What did it do in December?
Like 60.
Okay. So
something
it
like
was
that.
mostly because of that sale.
Yeah.
Nice. Congrats, bro. That's so sick.
I think that, I love that you kind of like went through that because I can relate to a lot of it. Like, I feel like for me, when I really made the decision that I was like, I'm an entrepreneur now, not just like a hustler, you know, like I'm going to build my company and do it right. Probably sometime late last year, like maybe, I don't know, October, November, like the switch flipped for me, and I was just like, all right, like I'm doing this.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking around with closing other people's deals. Like I know I can make money, and I'm just wasting time doing that. But I'm just gonna like do it and like really like actually have the conviction that I'm doing this for myself.
What sparked that?
Dude, I would just like, I think the biggest thing was realizing that, you know, I was so good because, you know, like I probably
being bullied by us.
well, no, not that, honestly. The biggest thing I think was like I would get on the phone and sell these other people's offers and as like their closer. And I was just like, number one, I was like, fuck, dude, these people aren't actually like getting results. I'm selling shit that I don't actually believe in. And it's inhibiting my ability to make money because I really just at the end of the day don't think it's that great, right? Maybe I'm a perfectionist, whatever, but just like didn't feel great about a lot of the companies that I worked for and like the actual service, whatever, like agencies or like coaching offers, whatever. And also I just realized like, dude, I'm nice with it. And I'm making so many other people so much money. Like, I don't have equity. And it's just a massive, like, I'm applying my own limiting constraint on myself by not having the equity. And it just clicked one day, and I was just like, fuck this. Why am I, like, I think it was a confidence thing, too. Like, you know, especially, like, I'm not the most frugal. I spend money. It was just like, I don't know. Like, I didn't feel confident that I could 100,000% like make it on my own. So to me, it was like a security blanket. You know?
So this relates to a tweet that I saw the other day. Shout out Marco. I'm gonna read this tweet right now.
Okay.
Once you started talking about it, it reminded me of it. Some of you that are stuck in life need to shock the system. Lightning strike your patterns and living situation. Move to a different city or different country. Change up everything and start building fresh. Too many people stuck in the simulation of comfort. And I replied, even those of us that reach certain levels and plateau need this. Something you never thought could happen happens. We almost need it as a reminder of how we started. And really, like, dude, we reached levels that most people won't reach, but then we also got stuck, or we had a plateau. And I had a recent thing happen. I think I can talk about it now because everyone in my ecosystem has been informed of it, you know, privately. It's like my business partner decided to leave, that we've been working together for 3 years. He decided to leave 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Leave the company. And that was like a shock to the system of like, whoa, wait a minute. Having a business partner, although it was good because it made me responsible to someone else because I need to make sure that he's also able to eat and everyone else on the team's able to eat, it also made me comfortable in, it probably stunted some of my growth a little bit over the past 2 to 3 years because I was relying on someone else to do things that I could have been doing and putting a team into place and a system into place for anyway. So that level of discomfort, like you were talking about, you're just not satisfied, or you're kind of plateaued. Sometimes that shock to the system, like you had that split with your business partner, right? It was cordial and all that, but it was almost like a shock to the system where it's like, I'm on my own now. I need to figure it out. And I really think that's super, super good. So now I'm questioning, how can I consistently have that or have those moments over and over and over again so I never become comfortable again? Like what can we continue to do, and what can we do consistently?
Well, and the thing that last point is kind of the direction that I was taking it, because so like throughout that time, and I was doing all of these things, and what would happen is I would run into these cycles personally where it's like when I would have that discomfort, I would decide to like, all right, it's time to put the fucking beast mode hat on and just like print some cash, you know what I'm saying? Like make some shit happen.
Yeah.
And I would do that, and then like it would hit, and then I would like pedal back. And
Why?
I'm an idiot, or was historically kind of an idiot, you know, just like immature, doing stupid shit. I would go party. I would do like, or just like,
Sure.
or just think that, you know, it was just going to continue. And like the thing that Daniel said about like the conversion windows in like 3 weeks and 6 weeks, I think that like a lot, historically looking back on my own journey, it's like the results that I've gotten I used to think that it was just like, oh, let me try for a bit and like pull some shit out of my ass and it would work, right? And I think I hamstrung myself by being somewhat talented, right? But then looking back at it in retrospect, you start thinking like, holy shit, no, it actually was like that 1 month where I was like going super hard in the paint and didn't have that fucking give back of results that actually got the results. And then the like,
yes, because the conversion window,
the tangible result was it always thought like, oh, I just did this and it worked. But it was, no, it's like, dude, there was like 8 weeks of effort
Yep.
that gave you that, and then you pulled it out of there and thought that it was that
because you
week.
started realizing the results of that of that force
And then if you
apply.
just do both at the same time, where you couple the organic, like, here's my value, with the paid, like, buy my stuff, it works consistently over and over. It's a system.
This is inherently why, if you look at like revenue growth charts of companies that are growing, typically you'll have like big month and then plateau a little bit, then big month again, and you'll go through these things because what happens is that exact cycle. You apply force, and then you start getting the results from it, and you're like, oh, I can chill for a little bit, and then it plateaus. You're like, oh fuck, I gotta fix this force, right?
So
and
then
now it goes up in steps. That's literally why it happens.
Then the question is, how do we not chill? How do we just keep applying that force constantly? Is it possible?
I think you'll burn out if you do that too much. Like you
Interesting.
just will. Like you
think?
have to chill out sometimes.
So what's like the ratio? That boy,
I don't know, though, but-
how do we
but
apply
wait.
maximum fucking force? Like
wait.
over a 12-month timeline, how do we apply the most force?
But the question is, we're kind of talking in terms of if we're the sole force pushing of our business. What if you have other people that work for you and you build a system?
Yeah.
Can it not burn out? Can we overcome those, steps and just go straight up to the moon? Just straight up.
How do we apply infinite force? I need your 400 IQ answer now,
Come on.
please, sir.
I
Please respond.
I don't know. I still gotta figure that out.
Let's brainstorm after
I'll let
this.
you know when I'm at $1 million a month.
Okay.
I'm not there yet.
Okay, so what are you doing to apply maximum
Yeah,
force right now?
Yeah, what's your goal right now? Like, what are you looking at for the
Right
end
now,
of the
so,
year?
like, I've been-
End of the year. What's December look like?
I'd like to hit the first 400K a month this year.
Okay.
I would like to do
I like
that.
that.
Like that?
Yeah.
How are you going to get there?
We're having setters placed into client ascension. So for calling, book more appointments, that'll probably bump it like 30%, right? Yesterday I was implementing systems with Andre and Christian for them to start doing Twitter in exactly the same fashion that I have been doing and applying force and tweeting as much about client ascensions as I am. So that's about doubling.
Okay, so double the volume of reps. Volume.
And let's be
Different kinds of content as well, right? So it's like selfie videos. Like I have a
Yeah.
YouTube now.
And
I
this
post
is-
the YouTube videos.
And this is just really, obviously you have the YouTube too, but you're really mainly on one platform. You're talking about one platform right now, which is incredible. Really good.
Yeah.
But I really like thinking about this, and I think it's useful for all of us, and especially anyone that might be listening. Like, so volume, that's how you apply more force. Just fucking, and then like systems to enable volume, which we're working on that a lot now.
You know what's interesting right now?
We've made a lot of hires like recently, like starting to pull strings, starting to get other clips everywhere, starting to bring other people into the team.
Right. Also, the clips everywhere, guys. If you're watching this right now, we're on Shorts, we're on TikTok, on this podcast. Just search our name. We're there. People are already getting mad at us after one day of posting, so it's great.
Construction. Yeah.
But
I'm gonna start ad-libbing that.
you know what's interesting to me is we're kind of like our coaching business, right? It'll be a 7-figure business without all the optimization. We're trying to shoot for that 8-figure mark with all these little things that we're adding to it to really like make it like something, right? And like client ascension, right? You spawn that and you spawn a 7-figure business like that, right? It's very interesting.
Spawn.
Yeah, it's very interesting just how out of thin air, and
Thank
we're
you,
doing
E.
all these optimizations and things for it to get to 8, right? Because $1 million a year is just not enough.
It is the aggregation of everything I learned over the
Yeah.
past 2 years that made me the person who is capable of creating something that is 7 figures.
Like
a year,
immediately
right?
out of thin air.
And now I'm sitting here and I'm trying to become the person capable of taking something to 8, right? And then that's a learning process in and of itself. And that might be another aggregation of 2 years of shit you learn, right? So
I can give you a perfect example of it because, for example, we started selling our coaching, and obviously we're helping people, and I'm okay talking about numbers and like how we're doing it and how we're building it. That's kind of what this podcast is for. It's a documentation. I don't know. We never really spoke about that, but
I don't give a shit. Let
Yeah,
it
yeah.
ride. Fuck them.
Cool. So we had always just been running up these IG pages and these IG audiences with personal brands and stuff. And we didn't really have like sales systems in place, like a CRM and all these back end things and these little personalization things in the sales process and da. And we didn't really have it documented, and we were just able to make multi-6-figure, multi-7-figure, companies just like that because the front end value was just that quality that people were just buying without all the other stuff. Now it makes me wonder if I had all that stuff, what would I have been able to do? And now that we're trying to elevate our goals and add that stuff in, I can see it happening, and stuff I already knew. Usually what I've realized is it's literally stuff you already know. For example, the CRM, sales CRM, implementing that is one of the best things that we've done. But it's it's so obvious that I should have done it 2 years ago for all of my clients, but I didn't realize it until I needed it for my business, right? And dude, 4 or 5 years ago, I was using a CRM to sell cars, right, at the dealership.
Yeah.
I knew how to use a CRM. I know what a CRM is. I know all the intricacies of how to work it. I just didn't do it for my client businesses, and it was dumb. So now we're implementing that.
Because it can work without it, but as you're scaling,
And
you need to micro-optimize everything.
And you don't even realize it until you're in that moment. So it's kind of comes back to that first point that you were talking about, is you start to piece everything together, and it's the spider web. And once you get to that like thing that you're building, you're like, oh my God, that thing that was like miles away on the spider web, like I still need that. And you just pull everything together, and it's like a puzzle. Puzzle pieces.
You got 4 pieces connected up here that add some results. You got 3 up in the upper right corner, and then like maybe like a 5-piece conglomerate down here. But then you shift them together, and you sprinkle in that like little, just like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, sorry.
The sauce.
Sorry, Mike.
You're sprinkling the sauce.
You sprinkle a little sauce in there where it needs to be, and then you piece it together, and it's like, holy shit. And that's when the fucking exponential rocket ship go blast off and acquire massive cash flow and Milkies.
I think to get to like $1 million a month, I'm gonna need like a pure B2B enterprise type offer.
I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I think you need to be on.
I know what you mean, but I could pull it off. Like we could rip out like $300K a month just cold outbound.
So here's my question.
Businesses.
Here's my question. What is the path of least resistance, right? Is it that and just keeping your current presence, building your YouTube, building your Twitter, and keeping that current presence, and maybe doing outbound to people that are, because we're going to do outbound for our program, obviously. That just makes sense. I gotta go to the bathroom. Have fun. And is that the answer? Continuing to do that and build those audiences and then sell that new offer on top of the current offer through those audiences? Or is it just going multi-platform and just being everywhere with your content marketing and everywhere with your paid ads to sell the one singular offer? What's the path of least resistance? Because I think it's the second one, personally. And then I think you put the B2B on top of that offer after you're on every single platform.
It's just like a different business segment. Obviously everything has to be optimized. Like, okay, make a fuck ton of content, get client ascension as it stands to $500,000 a month, right?
Yeah.
And then...
Tough question.
Hello, I'm returned.
No, I think doing like a very high ticket, like 21K enterprise, like we're gonna build out your entire startup.
You should charge way more than that.
Yeah, we're gonna build out your entire outbound marketing team, place someone in it, set it all up for you, monitor their results for 3 months, and now you own that employee, because like inherently
it depends on the company size too. If you're selling to a big enterprise, you can sell that for 100, 200K.
Yeah, correct.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
21K should be a mastermind, bare minimum.
Mastermind.
48K, 4K
When are we
a
gonna
month.
have the Nick Logan email mastermind in Miami? Let's launch it tomorrow.
You can probably make so much money.
Let's talk about it off camera. Let's discuss.
That would be a blast.
But
probably not launch it
fucking
tomorrow.
sell
We
you
got a
shit.
lot going on, but maybe
And then we can let
This
them
fall?
get Daniel's fully automated high ticket Hinge mastermind course automation. Here's how I acquired 42 hoes for a 15K boat in under 4 hours. Hands free.
I'm so good at Hinge. I really am. So good at
The
it.
best info product and dick marketer of all time.
I love it. Where were we at before you went to the bathroom? I think we were talking about the offers and all that.
I have no idea. I just would like to say also, just the MLM, little Milkies, landslide, masterclass.
Milky Landing Masterclass.
Oh, man.
But yeah, I love money. It's great.
That's good.
Yeah, it's just it really is just so exhausting waking up every day and fucking winning. It's every day. It's incredible.
It's not easy being the man.
But I think that's so true though. Like dude, the more I learn and just like everything that we've talked about right now, like this energy, this just like fucking quirked up, goated with the sauce, pure conviction. I'm gonna wake up every fucking morning and just apply force, like massively, and maybe like every 3 weeks or every 3 months, or you find those times where it's like, okay, like I need to step back and think big picture, and you do that for a few days and get your head on right and make sure you're not massively overlooking anything that's going to give you exponential amount of leverage back. But it's like every fucking day, bro, just get up and push product all the time. Now, more. Yes.
This
like that. I feel like that's what people miss. That's what that's the difference. It's not the technical shit. It's not the tactics.
Well,
it's not.
It's very easy to do that once you know exactly what to do. Yeah, it's so easy for us to sit here and say that because we've been through that period of like I don't know what to do, so I don't know what I'm gonna wake up and apply pressure on. How do you figure out what to do?
You put yourself in close proximity with other people who are doing exactly what you're doing, right?
Or exactly what you're trying to do.
And you're fucking playing Fortnite all day and you're on your I mean Fortnite is cool. But if you play Fortnite like legit 5 hours a day and you only talk to people who are playing Fortnite with you, you're gonna be really fucking good at Fortnite but nothing else. Right? And if we go out to dinner all the time, we hang out all the time, and we're just talking about business, like the shit we're talking about right now, this is what we default talk about. This is
literally though, like if me and him, like we're both busy, whatever, so we hang out maybe like once every 2 weeks probably, I would say, and we get together and we'll either like go to the park and walk, maybe smoke a spliff, or he'll come over, or I don't think I've ever been to your apartment, but like he'll come over and we'll just like chill, we'll go to the pool, we'll go to something, we'll do something, right? And inevitably, we'll exchange pleasantries for about 10 minutes, and it's like, cool, man, what are you doing to make money? Like, instantly.
Every time.
Instantly, we have this conversation.
It's like, oh, bro, well, this happened.
Cameras
what if you did this? And you just start, like, brainstorming the shit by default. This is my default mode now.
I remember
all I do.
I remember dinner probably like 2-3 months ago. We're all sitting there. It's the three of us, and then Brian, YouTube ads guy, love Brian. And we're all sitting there, and we start talking about ads randomly. And it's just like, you and Brian were going back and forth about why you should spend $3,000 a day on ad spend just for an hour straight, and just super excited about it.
Oh, dude, that was the best dinner ever. He emails like, yeah, bro, I'm getting like a fucking 20x return. Like I spent like $400 and made like 20 grand back. And Brian's like, dude, if you don't fucking spend more money, I'm gonna like call you and I'm gonna make you spend more money. Yeah, that was lit. The meatballs were great too.
Yeah. Bro, those meatballs are so fucking good.
And you know what's super interesting to me is like we're very capable in many areas. We're all very athletic, and like we can have conversations with people. We have like we have like the soft skills and stuff and interest in other categories, and then we're literally just business nerds. You know what I mean? It's very, very interesting to me the dichotomy, because I think a lot of people only have like one, right? Some people are just business nerds and they just don't do anything else. They don't lift weights. They're not, wakeboarding, going to the beach, or anything, right? For some reason, we have it all.
Well, I think it transfers over to like entrepreneurship. He talked about it, like the spider web and acquiring all these different skills and things. Like you inherently have to possess a level of dynamism to function as a business owner or an entrepreneur or someone that's self-employed.
Business owners are always the most interesting people I meet.
Yeah.
Always. Every time. Especially like small business owners. Yeah, man, I own this construction company and it does $5 million a year.
Construction.
That clip is hilarious.
$5 million a year. Very nice. Good job.
It's like great. Yeah. But they're always just super interesting, super kind people, typically, from what I see.
Yeah. And so I think like you have to inherently have that level of dynamism. And then I think that carries over into just life in general. And I think that's like, man, like all of these things that like this, like we all share this fucking autistic twinge to just like make things perfect. It has to be perfect. And we will not stop until it's perfect. And then when it's perfect, we're going to make it more fucking perfect. And it's like, I don't know, man. How do you like, do you think it's inherent? Or just like kind of who we are? Do you think people can manufacture it?
So I guess it comes down to the question of, are we born that way, or does our environment dictate and create and like make us that way? You know, it's very interesting because I come from and we all come from a place where most people are doing normal people stuff, right? And just like I don't wake up and do normal people stuff. Right?
I mean, I don't like.
But I think it's a bad way to explain it, right? But I guess I'm saying is, I came from the same environment that's another person came from, and they're happy going to their job and doing their thing, and I'm not happy doing that. So what makes me happy doing this? Why do I do this instead of that?
Well, when you sit here and like you start making a company, say you're able to pull off like 10K a month or something, like 10K, 12K, 15K a month. Like you're making good money. Yeah. It is no longer necessary for you to follow a standard life path of getting a job. You are quite literally operating within a different realm of existence.
Yes, correct. It's a different reality.
You don't exist where everybody else exists. So, it's very like freeing feeling.
So, but the question is, 100%. It's a freeing feeling. I get it. We exist differently, but why? Like, what made that change? Were we destined to like do that when we were born, or is it something in our environment?
I don't know, dude, what I'll tell you though
is something we did that made us that way. I
worked at Publix, which is a grocery store for everyone who doesn't know. It was like a bagger customer service type shit. I worked at Apple. I did customer service from there, and I fucking hated talking to these people. It was the worst. I hate customer service. It's just issues, just problems. I fucking hated doing that so much. Yeah. And it just put this like bad taste in my mouth where it's like I literally cannot do this for the rest of my life. I would be so angry.
But like, sure. I don't want to frame anything as like we're not normal, and like maybe someone like, I think
I get like, that. Yeah.
I don't think that we are, like, I'm not better than anyone or
for sure.
for in any way, and I don't think you're saying that either.
No,
I
I'm not
just want to
saying
make that clear.
Yeah,
that's not like the. Because I think it sometimes can come off.
It could come across
that way. Come off that way, and that's not it. Like, but it's really weird though. Like, what makes us? Because a lot of times too, like, bro, we could all just be like chilling. We could have 3 clients, make 20 grand a month. You kind of talk about this, and like the next piece of that, a lot of times you're not trading off. It's like the actual trade-off isn't happiness, right? It's like you're actually acquiring pain on purpose.
You have to endure pain to go to that next level.
Exactly.
And the reason I'm not happy with 3 clients at 20 to 50K a month is because we talked about this before. Some people are, but for me, I know the exit velocity to escape whatever the active income realm is and get to completely passive type of income where you just own assets that pay you consistently over and over is much higher than that. I cannot survive off 20 to 40K a month, and I cannot reach my goals off 20 to 40K a month. I need like 500K a month to go and hit those goals. That's why I want to endure the pain to get there.
If you're running a business, you pull off 20K a month, you got a pretty chill lifestyle, maybe you work like 25, 30 hours a week and you like it, that's completely
100. That's great.
Fine.
I'm happy for you.
There's no awesome issue with that. But it's just a kind of person, I guess, who sits there and is like, you know what, I'm just going to fucking moonshot this and try to just be massively
it's the game,
You know
bro.
what?
It's the game.
It is the game. Yeah. Like I was just thinking about this as you were talking, Nick, like thinking about that question for myself. I think more than anything is like, because at the end of the day, like none of this stuff kind of really makes me like happy or fulfilled. But you know what does is feeling like I'm getting better. Like
the process and the progress.
That's the stitch that's what stitches me together and keeps me feeling not insane. Is feeling like I'm improving every day, waking up excited and feeling like I can tap into just like I'm pushing forward.
This
something.
is such a good point. The days that are the worst are the days, not the days where I do the most work or am only getting like 4 hours of sleep and just focused on work all day. Work, right? In quotes. The days that are the worst are the days that I don't do anything.
Yeah.
They suck. I'm like, wow, I am an idiot. I'm a terrible person. I feel super guilty because I'm like, wow, I didn't play the game today. And it sucks.
If you had $100 million deposited into your bank account right now, would you go to work tomorrow? Would you keep growing your business?
Absolutely.
Kind of.
No, I absolutely would, bro. I'd go buy real estate tomorrow. I'd go buy real estate tomorrow.
I think I would. I think I would keep running exactly what I'm running right now.
But you just apply fuel to the fire. It's like, okay, well, I can go a little bit negative for like 4 months in a row because I have $100 million in runway to build out every acquisition channel on every single platform. That's what I would do.
Okay, so like I would still keep building Like, but it would be different because like I wouldn't like have the obligation to talk to anyone, you know.
But also,
but I would still be me and Ben would be in the stew fucking
Yeah.
cooking smoothies. I promise on my life.
and
bro.
the difference
We would be in the lab making smoothies.
The difference is between that 100 mil and like the business is you don't stop working because that 100 mil is just cash. You need cash flow.
Yeah.
So there's the difference. You apply that cash as fuel to the fire to create more cash flow and build the business even bigger. That's what I would
probably
do. Yeah.
transition my offer to high ticket pool party beach rave DJ automation. And I'm planting me as the DJ inside your business, which is the pool party club. What can I say? But that'll probably get boring after a couple months of
$50K investment.
Yeah.
I won't even show
That
up
was
unless
a
you
really
throw
good
me
question.
100 Benjis.
We're kind of at a pause here, fellas.
Yeah.
But
Why is everybody so quiet?
I don't know, but I was enjoying the conversation.
Me too.
I think that was a really, really good question too. It made me excited.
I brought that up because I saw like the 1.2 billion fucking lottery.
I don't even
ticket.
pay
Yeah.
attention to that. I saw
was
it like
thinking of
once or
that.
twice on Twitter. I was like, oh, there's a lottery. But I feel like when I was like in high school, like you show up to high school and there's a big lottery or something or big news and everyone's talking about it. You just inevitably hear about it. It's like you said, we live in a different realm of existence. I just don't pay attention to that
This
stuff.
is such a funny quip. I remember one time in college, I had a dream that I won the lottery, and for like 2 weeks, bro, I was addicted to buying lottery tickets. Like, I was dropping off like $30 a day on scratchies, bro, thinking that I was gonna hit it big for like 3 weeks, and finally it was like, and I kept making money. I was like, oh, this is a sign. Like,
It's coming.
Finally, it was like, all right, bro, like. How many more scratchies are we going to
It's so fucking
try
annoying.
to cash in?
It's-
But I felt like it was prophetic. I felt like God came to me in my dream and I needed to go buy the scratchies.
It's so annoying that I can't open a casino. Like I can't. You can't.
Why can't you open a casino?
You need to.
Yeah, no, you
whatever
need a lot
the
of
fuck.
licenses.
But it's like you're mathematically
but-
guaranteed to make money.
You could open a casino. You're just not the person worthy of it yet.
I'm just not a Native American.
Well, back in upstate New York, there's a couple casinos around, and they're all owned by Native Americans. And I just know they print money, and I'm like, I need one of these.
You know, like the Hard Rock or something. Like, can I just buy that, please?
Oh my god.
I don't want a casino. I have no
What?
interest.
Why not?
Because I want like open air Tulum beach weights, mega like
But the-
golden holy utopia beach resort
Mega
health
Milkies.
health compound.
Outside of the casino.
No, I don't want the casino there. That's like low vibration. I want this like I have a vision in my head
Fair
of like
enough. I agree with the low
anatomy
vibration.
spa and then like an outdoor beach weight gym and then like the Dare pool all in one megalo complex, and then you also can go up and like sleep in a Tempur-Pedic, and it's just like there and it's just all there. It's just like Logan's amusement park to fucking lift weights and swoop and like
I love it.
yeah, just like I don't know.
We should talk about not sunburning.
Not sunburning.
Yeah.
Let's talk
Yeah,
about
because
it.
you're like you told me what to do and like it fucking works. Like a fucking shit ton of vitamin C.
Yep.
And then just
Vitamin C can function as sunscreen for those that are
And then like you very gradually subject yourself to the sun.
Yep.
And as I'm doing it, you can go farther and farther and farther, and it won't sunburn.
Yep, you take out like so. Here's the sunburn playbook because this was. I remember we had a conversation about this like maybe in January or something. I don't know.
Some shit like that.
Yeah, and you are acquiring a nice tan. It's coming along. You got to get you off the laptop for a couple more hours a day, and it'll continue to progress. But so this is the playbook that I gave Daniel to not sunburn, right? Because he's a pretty fair guy. You can see he's rocking.
I would absolutely sunburn all the time, and now I don't sunburn.
He's an
I won't
Anglo,
sunburn.
right? You can see the ginger beard, so they burn a lot typically. But so step one, pull out all the shitty oils from your diet, like saturated fats, monounsaturated fats. Get rid of the PUFAs. Get rid of you should never eat trans fat because that's just gross. But get rid of the seed, vegetable oil, that kind of shit. You mega dose vitamin C.
A lot. Like a lot.
Like 3,000 to 5,000 milligrams per day, if not more. It's better if you get it from fruit, but if at the end of the day, whatever. Like
I like to take the vitamin C as I'm in the sun too. That helps. It's like a reuptake. It's almost like a fuel that you're using.
Yep.
As you're in the sun. So like I'll go out first time of the day, like 3,000 milligrams.
It's like a shield.
Yeah, and then like an hour later, another 1,000. An hour later, another 1,000. And if you're out for like all fucking day,
but the other thing too is you got to gradually introduce sun exposure, right? So like the first week, like maybe it's 30 minutes a day for a week, direct sun exposure during midday hours, preferably some in the morning too, because that helps getting the light in your eyes. Not wearing sunglasses helps you receive light better. Right? People wear sunglasses and then their skin doesn't know that they're in the light because their eyes can't see it.
Side note, you have to either always use sunblock or never use sunblock.
No, you just never use sunblock.
Yeah, I choose to never use sunblock.
I've never used sunscreen or wear sunglasses. I've never burned. It's very interesting.
You're also Italian, so like...
Yeah, you just won't burn anyone.
He doesn't fucking burn, huh?
Just built like that.
Yeah, you can also throw some like astaxanthin. I'm pronounced that weird as fuck, but you get the gist. Coconut oil as a little light sunscreen. Just gradually build up the exposure. What else? Liver helps.
Yeah.
Carrots, vitamin A. Anything that has vitamin A, which is liver, carrots, squash, carotenoid vegetables. So anything that's like orange, sweet potato, is going to help.
Side note: I've been cutting down 10 pounds this morning. So
Since when?
Since 5 weeks ago.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah, I was feeling like a fat fuck. It was disgusting. I looked in the mirror. I was like, ew. And I simply stopped. So simple. I just commanded the universe.
You bullied yourself.
To make me lose weight.
You bullied yourself.
Yeah, I feel
That's really how things work, though, bro.
It is.
It doesn't matter what the fuck it is. Like, you want to make money. You want to look better. You want to get stronger. You want to acquire Milkies. No matter what the fuck you want to do, just like
acquire Milkies.
Demand it. Grab it and fucking choke it out and then curb stomp it and then lick it up. Like, you gotta be a motherfucking psycho. You gotta be obsessed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, just be a fucking animal.
I have two questions, right? One, what do you normally talk about when you go on podcasts? Because I know you've been on a lot of podcasts in the space or whatever.
I'm gonna get some motherfucking water.
Bring it for all of us, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So what do you normally talk about on podcasts?
It's typically always business related. Side note, going on other people's podcasts is so fucking good for marketing.
It is.
If anyone watching this know...
Do you have a metric, though? Like, you probably don't want to go on someone that has no followers or no audience.
Yeah. I get this shit all the time. People like, I could make a tweet like, hey, like, who's got a podcast you want me to come on? Someone's like, hey, bro, yeah, come on my podcast. I have like fucking 10 followers. I'm like, bro, I'm sorry. I'm not going on your fucking podcast. Like, I'm getting nothing from the all of your traffic is going to come from me. I'm going to get nothing.
Yeah.
But
I'll do it if they are like super genuine.
Yeah, if they're
if I fuck
cool
with you and you have good energy, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And you can always use those clips for marketing. Okay, so what do you normally talk about on podcasts? Like,
so it's always been just like business stuff.
But like, what type of business stuff? Is it just like tactical? Do they go deep? Because I want to go where I want to go where no one else has gone. I want to talk about other
like when you sit
stuff.
here. Oh, let me screen share and show you what buttons to click on this software that I happen to conveniently own. But they're so fucking good for marketing. If you go to Chase Diamond's channel, I'm his top two most viewed videos. I think it's like 35,000 views combined. And to this fucking day, this is like over a year ago. To this day, I still get people messaging me, hey bro, like I watch you on Chase Diamond's channel. Like maybe they buy my stuff.
Please give.
Thank you.
Sir, please discount code. But yeah, you should 100% go on a fucking podcast. Great.
So you normally talk about business, you talk about tactics.
No, we need to throw our podcast on the pages.
That's evil plan in the works. Actually, it's a very not evil plan, but yeah, it's a very good plan. We're gonna indoctrinate the youth. Can you pass me your glass? You want more water? Cool. So I wanna talk about your long-term type of vision, because obviously we talked about kind of playing the game and why we're doing things and whatnot. Let's get this out of here, actually. We're talking about... One second.
We're talking about Milkies. We're going to the Milkies section. Logan, can you please introduce us?
So we're talking about long-term game and why we're kind of doing it right now and why we're so excited about things and whatnot. but what are you doing it all for? Like, what are you going to use the money that you profit for? Like, what?
I don't fucking know, bro.
What?
It's just fucking-
Well, you and I talk about investments all the time.
Yeah, I feel like there's a big mistake a lot of people make, but there's a lot of. I've had to talk to a lot of people in like our Twitter sphere a lot about this. Like
They don't take their money.
They're pulling in money and they're like mega lifestyle upgrades, spend it all. I'm like, bro, you're under the assumption that
bro, you need to eat shit.
you're under the.
Okay, Gary Vee.
People don't invest anything. It's like, bro, turn on some fucking auto investing into the S&P 500 and fucking Ethereum and just like own shit. Invest into real estate. You can invest as an LP. Like I invested as an LP into a 22-unit apartment complex. I'm never going to see it in my fucking life. Like I'm never going there. The GP operates it. I don't do shit. I just give him money.
I love that. But
My parents were asking me, they're going to go see it? I'm like, no, I'm never going there.
I think it'd be cool to go see it. Just take a pic. My first property. No? Fair enough. Anyway, so you're investing, right? And we talk a lot about this a lot. I know a lot of people that don't take their money in. When I met Logan's like, yeah, bro, I just do whatever with it. And I'm like, dude, you're not buying
I mean,
it.
I low key still do that, but like, I'm not. Look,
You're aware of it now
well,
to the point
no,
where
I don't like. I mean, I still kind of burn money, but also like my thing of investing is like, dude, until I'm making $300,000 a month,
No,
like
that's
I should
wrong.
just reinvest
That's
the
wrong.
fucking cash into building.
No, that's wrong. I think you do both. Dude, if you make $20K a month, how much you really gonna invest back in your business? You take $5K of that, you toss it aside to at least put
A lot
it
of
somewhere.
people say they're
And if you do
reinvesting
that-
into their business, and I'm not saying this is you, but a lot of people say they're reinvesting into their business, but it turns out like the business just isn't fucking profitable.
Yeah,
Like, that's what happens.
And then what you do is you take $5K a month, $5K a month, $5K a month, $5K a month, and 2 years later you have over $100,000 to place somewhere into a property, into the markets, paying you a yield, et cetera, et cetera. That's how it works. To me, it's dumb to wait.
I mean,
you should
I've
get
done a little
ahead
bit of
and
that.
do it.
I've done a little bit of that,
Yep.
but it's just like I don't know. I look
you
at
have to do auto invest. That's the only way. It has to be.
Money comes
do
out of
every
my-
single Monday. I auto invest Ethereum and S&P 500 every single month.
Money comes out of my account every Monday and Friday. Boom, into the markets. Just done.
You guys
Out.
have also historically made a lot more money than me, too.
Yeah, but you don't need to invest as
Yeah.
much as us. Just a little
You
bit.
just still need to
just
drip.
let it go.
All right,
100%.
we're setting up the portfolio tomorrow.
You don't have a portfolio?
Yeah.
We'll get you there. We
Yes,
got
I
you.
own some stocks.
Okay,
I own
facts.
some crypto, but like
We're gonna drip feed it tomorrow.
3% auto pay, DCA, fucking S&P 500
Facts.
starts tomorrow.
Facts. And
Based.
something about that
Implementation.
is
Speed.
I watched
force.
this video from Cardone the other day that I had watched 4 years ago when he first dropped it. He's like, okay, if you're making $20K a month, you need to have 40% of that he calls it storage, putting it away, right? Either in the markets or something. You're at least like stacking that cash to go drop in like a real estate deal or something along those lines. And you just do that every single month. And you take your storage out first, then you pay the IRS, and then you figure out where all your expenses are going to be, your car bill and,
Yeah, you should have
and all that stuff.
You should be in the position. You should get yourself in the position where you just at all times have 100K liquid. Always.
Yeah, and that's how I think, right? But then when he says, 40%, I'm like, oh, yeah, like that's what I'm doing. And that makes sense in those terms. You put it into storage and you leave it there for the big deal to come across the table. You know what I mean? And if you just do it over and over and over again, then it happens. I think the thing of like, oh, I'm going to wait until I make 100K a month or whatever, I think it's just like waiting too long. And that money inevitably just disappears. I think it's happened to me.
It somehow
right?
just
it just
disappears if
disappears
it's not
because it's
yeah.
not moving. It's not like in something, you know? So that's kind of how I view.
It gets allocated somewhere that you don't even realize.
Yes,
Yeah,
and then you look and
that's
it's
why you
gone.
have to auto do it. Because I used to not have auto on it, just like every here and there. I'd be like, all right, yeah, I'll throw some.
That's kind of what I've done. Like just
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Exactly. You
Hey
need to
man,
just
you
not-
should buy this.
And when I was
Cool,
doing
buy
that,
it.
I
Yeah.
just
Like,
didn't see progress in the investments I was
Exactly.
making.
It just has to.
And then when I did it, I saw progress. I was like, oh, the chart is going up really consistently
very
right
I'm
now.
calling.
Yeah.
Look, tomorrow, I'm fucking calling Uncle Drew. Give me right, dog. Give me right. What's up?
That's
Dude,
hilarious.
just M1 Finance, S&P 500.
I hope you're
Fucking-
listening to this. Now
My dad is definitely listening to
I'm
this.
now referring to you as Uncle Drew. It's kind of funny because it's like the Kyrie thing, right?
Yeah.
But he gonna set me up with some buckets on the investment side. We getting the DCA ripping every fucking Monday morning.
I love it.
Auto pay.
So we talked about investments, but really, like, what do you look 20 years from now? What are you trying to be at? Because we talked about this on one of our recent podcasts, Logan and I.
Yeah.
And we're like hotels, and Logan wants to do like some lyrical lemonade type of stuff, and really creative ventures that aren't based on just cash flow. Where do you want, like, what do you want to be doing? Like, what interests you? What kind of creative stuff outside of this type of business?
He's gonna buy Gmail.
Now I really own all the software. You can't do shit without me.
Look, guys. Here's my $10 front end offer. You're gonna need a domain from this. Go ahead and go to gmail.com. That should be at least 10% of your investing portfolio. Is like
Google.
Google email servers.
Mm-hmm.
Guerrilla warfare.
Dude, I really don't fucking know. I just like doing it. I just like participating in the game. Like it's just fun. It's like when I say game, it's quite literally like someone might be addicted to fucking Fortnite, like we were talking about before. I'm addicted to this. It's just fun. Just have a good time.
Awesome.
I do it with my friends.
Yeah.
Like it's just fun. Like I like doing this. We're competing.
It's so funny how you said that. I love it.
I like to play with my friends.
And it's interesting how, like, dude, I used to play video games like all the time, like in high school, and I did it with my friends. And now
And you're trying to fucking beat them.
now I play the game of business, and I do it with my friends. This is very interesting because like I think everyone at some level enjoys playing the game, but this game is just it's just different.
I think that this too, and that's super important, is like we talked about. Oh, you have to do these things for a long timeline for it to inevitably work.
It has to be interesting to
And
you.
so if you can make it fun, like you're gonna fucking run laps around fucking old Johnny back there, who's like
Timmy.
fucking chewing his fingernails and like beating his head into the wall when he wakes up every morning to send his cold emails. Meanwhile, Daniel here wakes up, puffs. What's a day in the life? You wake up, puff the cigar, look at the dashboard, see how hard the
Go downstairs, get a coffee. Yeah,
see how hard
nice
the
little
gumbo
stroll.
hit.
Yeah, exactly.
And-
Yeah, pretty much.
and you know that an
The
interesting
morning stripe check.
Let me visit my Stripe.
Gonna go into all 7 businesses and they each have their own Chrome instance. Open up every single one. Click Stripe with the bookmark bar. Check all. What happened overnight? How much fucking money did I make while I was sleeping?
But no, I think that's
love it.
super important, like making it fun. Like I know for me, you've mentioned this like maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago.
I have.
Yeah, you're like, dude, like it just, I know like when things are fun for you, you're just like an animal.
Yeah, it's true. You are just on. Like right now, things are really fun for you, and you are on. You love making content, and content right now is the fun content is directly correlating, mixed in with some of the
It's
stuff
so
you
much.
don't necessarily want to make.
Yeah,
but
nobody
you
wants
mix
to-
it all in. No one wants to go and
Like I don't like
video.
talking about fucking marketing on a
No,
selfie
I don't
video.
want to sit here and do a selfie recorded video. I actually have a video topic about to record of this. I don't want to go talk to my phone, but it makes me money, and that's fun. That's a lot of fun. Getting paid.
You get so much dopamine from the
Yeah.
fucking likes and comments. Oh, damn, bro, this video is great. I'm like, yeah.
Damn, now I'm gonna post that video that I have now. Anyway, that's a side topic. Not
For sure.
important.
So, continue.
But yeah, man, just like if it's fun and exciting, I'm gonna do it so much fucking longer than you and continually get better at you if you don't like it.
Because we're already good. We're already really, really good. And if we're interested in it, we want to make it like perfect, and we can do it with minimal effort, honestly.
and that's the only
And
way.
it's fun. It just happens.
That's the only way. If you have like kind of that obsession, and it doesn't necessarily have to be like passion, but you have to have that level of obsession.
Yeah.
And you inherently, I don't think you're gonna get that unless it's something that you actually fuck with. You know, and that's another reason why I would like leave all those like little like what crystallized me just having my own thing, because I just didn't fucking care, bro.
Yeah.
Like I just don't care about your business. I care about my business. And so it's like, I don't know. In the person that has that and it's like fun and they can be obsessed, that's how you just inject mega vril amounts of fucking force is because it's fun too.
Yeah.
It's fun too.
It's
And then the
super
flywheel
interesting.
starts spinning. Then it gets real fun.
Yeah, it's like I used to play so much fucking Call of Duty when I was younger, and I was so good at it, and I couldn't stop.
Bro,
fucking
I was
playing.
unfucking beatable on Black Ops 2 with the ballista.
Yeah.
I had my little quickscope clan. I would skip school and run it up with my homies.
But when you're good, it's so fucking fun. But like similarly in business, like you haven't played Call of Duty in a while, you hop on, you're fucking garbage, and you want to stop playing. Right?
Or like
so
when I
when
used to
you
be super good
it's
at
like you've
FIFA.
never done business. Remember the first time you picked up the fucking sticks for like Call of Duty 4 or some shit, and you were just shit. You were garbage. You were not good. It was not fun at all. It's the same thing for business. You fucking suck. And then you gradually get better. And now it's addictive.
You know what's interesting about business is compared to like Call of Duty or something. Or like when I was younger, I was obsessed with baseball. Since like 4 years old, I played baseball for like 15 years. I was obsessed with it, right? And I just wanted to do that all the time. And similarly, like right now with this actually, like being obsessed with this and having fun with this drastically improves our life in pretty much every metric, right? Or being obsessed with the gym, playing that game. Every metric. We're just like being obsessed with it improves our life. But like being obsessed with a video game, you get really good at the video game. That's about it.
Well, it makes it particularly fun because when you become good at it, it gives you the resources to fulfill your evolutionary imperative, increase your status, and get resources, right?
Yeah.
So now
Biological.
we get motherfucking resources on email.
You can take care of people, you can take care of family, you get fucking girls, right?
Power.
It's
You just acquire power.
You just get good shit from it.
And that's why we want money. We want money because money gives us power. That's just who we are. It's our species, right?
Closing
That's
deals? He just closed like $30,000 of deals, just
My man.
right there on the bedroom.
yeah.
Good girl.
Good girl.
I don't know why, but it's maybe a bad habit. I've affectionately referred to like a lot of my team as like good girls or bad girls for like the past couple months, and it's really stupid, but it's also kind of fucking hilarious.
No, you haven't closed a sale in 5 days. You're a bad girl.
Bad girl. Super. See, you gotta make it fun.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
gotta make it fun. If you're not fucking memeing, you're a bitch. How about that? I'll say it. Giggle a little.
You know what's funny? When
pussy.
you have a team, though, they apply force in exactly the same proportion that you do.
So true.
Yep.
So true. And this is why you just have to be.
Well, you can never expect them to work harder than you.
Correct,
That will
yeah.
never happen.
Yeah, but
right?
no matter what, like if you're pushing like super hard, they're gonna be like, oh shit.
Now they're like, oh, fuck.
Well, you set an example.
Yeah.
You set an example. You're the.
It's like, oh, I guess everyone's doing that. Fuck it, I'll join. Right?
Yeah,
That's
exactly,
how it works.
Exactly. Yeah. So true. Applying pressure.
So true.
Let's we've been here for like, let's see, hour and 15 so far. Is there anything we haven't talked about that you want to talk about? Something that you've never brought up on any podcast before? Because this is the most open podcast you're probably ever going to be on. You can talk about anything you want right now. Anything.
Anything.
Literally anything. You could say any word except for the banned words on YouTube. That'll get us
Yeah,
demonetized
let's
and
save
whatnot.
let's hold back like 2 or 3.
Yeah, like,
No, not particularly, but
No particular topics.
come on. There's got to be some particular
You
topics
don't
that
have
you would
any
like to
downloads
discuss.
from the ether for us today? For our
Put the
associates?
antenna up real quick.
For the associates of the associates. You don't have anything for them? What would you leave them with?
Stop being poor.
Okay, come on. I mean, that's good. That's great.
Yeah, I
but
like it.
But like,
I
let's
think you
do
can
something
better.
different. Come on, this is a different forum here.
I don't fucking know.
Come on, man. What's the email wizard pickup artist playbook?
Pickup artist?
How can
Yeah, I mean, obviously you're not a pickup
How can
artist,
people
but-
watching this
Oh, you good?
How can people watching this get unlimited traffic to their Hinge profile?
Oh no, that's so simple. Dude, you have to give an offer. Like you have to
No, I
have
think-
an offer.
It's true.
It's
Like,
so-
let's go, dude. There's no, hey, how you doing? Just bullshit. It's
so true, bro.
Message one. Bet, like, do you want to come on a yacht? Bring your friends. Like, do you want to go to this beach and get fucked up here? Bring a friend, not bring a friend. Like, offer. First sentence. Like, that's it. Just offer. That's your message.
There's
That's
something
that's the sauce. There's
Women-
no back
women-
and forth.
Women and dating are so similar to making money. It's
Yeah.
actually absurd.
It's the same thing. It's a funnel.
You get your
have to make an
CRM set
offer.
up. You get your CRM in the back end.
Yeah,
so could you imagine?
You could have a fucking CRM for that, honestly. But you gotta sync it.
The
between.
sales call is like once you leave dinner, that's like the sales call. Everything up to that's like nurturing marketing.
I mean, half the I would
So
never
let's
invite girls to dinner.
so
I'd
let's
be
talk
like, hey,
about.
let's go to the
or
beach.
whatever.
We were talking about this the other night. Girls in Miami specifically.
Yeah. There's a huge difference because I've done Hinge in Miami. I've done Hinge in Tampa.
Only Hinge.
Well,
Tinder's bullshit.
Yeah.
You can send a message with the like on Hinge. So
girls on Tinder too be like,
the thing.
they got some creatures on that motherfucker for real.
It's pretty fucking crazy. If girls in Miami require an event, like the offer has to be like an event.
And it's because of what this city is.
Yes.
The city
it's
is
because
that
the,
type of
the
thing.
competing offers in the marketplace are of that high of a caliber. So it's like now we sit here. It's like we wanted a yacht for my birthday. It's like, all right, Hinge, do you like, hey, you want to come on a yacht on Saturday? You want to come on a yacht Saturday? And got like fucking 22 of them. Like one shot, bam! Now you got a fucking pipeline of 22. Like,
And the conversion window on that, like
It's quick.
Yeah.
Quick
No, it
conversion.
wasn't quick. It was yesterday.
Oh, for you.
For me.
Mine was quick.
Right? No. The conversion window, 2.5 month conversion window.
yeah, exactly. All the leads have a conversion.
Mine was about 2
The
hours.
shit takes
She just converted.
Oh
God
man.
damn, bro.
All right, so but in Tampa, I could be in fucking Tampa. I'd be like, hey, you're trying to go to the beach right now, and like fucking 10% of them would be like, yeah, let's go, fuck it.
Yeah.
So
That's all I need to do is go to the fucking beach.
Why did they say yes to you and not someone else? I know the answer, but I want to hear it from you.
Because they're not making a fucking offer.
They're not making an offer.
Yeah.
They're saying, hey,
But
or
they're-
like commenting about something on their profile. It's like,
But
get
you
to the
also
fucking point, bro.
you also have the status. You're a cold email wizard.
They don't fucking know.
His first message, hey, I own 5 software companies. What if I impregnated you?
It's super interesting
Mayhaps
because
you give me baby?
Miami is this bubble. What did you say?
I say, mayhaps you give me baby.
And also, too,
Miami is this bubble though where you have to go and do some kind of event or something extravagant. It's like I'm not.
Yeah, if you're trying to come to Miami to get bitches, it's not gonna work.
Like I'm not taking you to the club. Like I don't want to go to
It's
the club.
not even the money; it's the effort. I don't want to
Shorty,
fucking
look,
be out to
if we
find
got
out.
any, if we got
Exactly.
any shorties listening, I'm a philanthropist. I will take you to the club. If you behave.
If it's
If
an
you're a
ev-
good girl.
if it's an event we're already gonna throw regardless, okay, we'll do it. But just because I want to go to live tonight.
It's like,
Well,
I don't
I'm
wanna
not going.
fucking-
I'm not going to live, and I'm not paying for you to go to live because I'm not interested in doing
It's
that.
it's not
I
the
genuinely enjoy a tasteful live trip.
Yeah, but like
yeah, but
when
it's not like every
when
fucking weekend.
Oh, yeah.
when
like-
I want to go, not when she wants to go. Make sense?
You be good girl.
Yeah, exactly.
I think my offer, and one thing that people don't do with this is they look dusty as fuck. Like work on that's a part of the offer too. You know, like you need some social proof,
Dude,
You
your
need-
Instagram is so important now. Just having a good Instagram is so important.
Yeah, facts.
You can go out and whatever. Oh, grab my Instagram. I think Instagram is better than the number because they can go and see your pictures and be like, oh wow, he has like 50 comments on every
I
post.
don't
from
know
all
about my Instagram though, because then she's also seen like Turbo Artist stories and shit. Like
No, but that's
No,
your
I think it is, but that's
personality,
your
and it's, like,
personality.
fucking funny.
and it filters out the ones that you're not gonna be interested in anyway.
Yeah, I agree.
true.
I think-
But
I think
also
the-
do get a little dicey sometimes.
It's okay, good. They
Well,
like
then-
that. That's fine.
Fuck it. Like,
Yeah, I mean I don't care either
You-
way.
You're not gonna change who you
We're
are.
just
We're
vibing
not
them
gonna
anyway.
change who
We're
you are
talking
for a
about
girl.
conversion rates here, okay?
Yeah, but we want to convert the right customers. Are we gonna get results with these customers?
Bro,
Yes
you
or no?
want long-term customers with high LTV. You're not looking for one-time sales. You want a recurring customer.
This is
Well,
great.
then we start talking about like the back end and actually getting results. And I'll say, like
The fulfillment's gotta be on point.
Based on my experience in the marketplace,
Let's talk about
some of you motherfuckers aren't fulfilling on your offer, right?
Let's
you
talk
gotta lay
about-
a pipe down because
Decreasing
I
churn.
shouldn't be acquiring or I shouldn't be getting your churn. You feel me? Not that I want it, but like. God
Your customers are churning and coming to us.
Yeah. Moral of the story: if you want to be a part of the Megalo Milkies Masterclass Extravaganza, you better be laying that pipe down, boy. It's the only way to do it. You don't want them to churn.
This is amazing.
It is. It literally is the same thing as running a business.
Yeah.
So it's
It's
lead
so true.
generation and
So it's always interesting to me because like,
just simply
You
have
know,
a good
with-
offer. Like it's so easy. Like
So-
on Hermosi.
so what happens when you move to Tampa? What happens to your dating life when you move to on Hermosi? What happens to your dating life when you move to Tampa? Are the girls there quality as Miami? Because I don't.
What do you
That's
do?
a
way
define
better than
quality.
Miami,
Let's
yeah.
define
the
quality.
quality in Miami is jaded. Like they're all hot, but
They're
all
all hot,
like
but they're
like
You know, when I moved
They're
here,
with,
Lobo,
like-
Lobo said something to me. He said, "You will not find your wife in Miami."
yeah, facts. I agree. Probably
Girls
it's,
are
it's
not
probably
quality.
pretty.
I'm not here to find a wife right now.
No, not yet.
I'm here to conquer the world and become fucking saltwater fascist emperor. You're on board with that? Then we can maybe talk.
We found the lost city.
But okay, so quality in terms of how are we defining quality right now?
Would I let her have my kids?
You're gonna probably find that in Tampa. I think much better.
Facts. Oh yeah, not
Yeah,
even
you
close.
would, yeah.
100%.
Not even close. Tampa still got some street hoes though.
Correct.
Promise. You go down to Ybor, you get some bottle chasing shorties out there for sure. For sure.
Oh man.
What I think we need to make the stalwart offer. This is like you need one offer that converts consistently.
Wait, what offer were we talking about?
Hose.
Okay,
Wakeboard boat. We need a wakeboard boat.
I'm gonna buy one. Yeah.
An
You
email.
don't just fucking rent it out.
No.
No,
Because
we
You
could
don't
rent it.
own a boat.
yes, I
It's
do.
fucking
Yes, I
pain in
do.
the ass.
Because I don't want to.
You do because then you can pull up to the wharf. You can.
No, you buy a house on the water and then you pull your boat up to the house and say we're partying at my house now, not on my boat.
Yeah, that's a good.
It's all about optics.
Yeah, it's
way less
set up.
friction.
That is good
Way less
logistics.
friction to escalate. You know, and turn them in from your low ticket offer to your high ticket offer.
Exactly.
Unvaxxed sperm.
So we I'm glad we went on that tangent. We got something out of you that no one else gets out of you. It's great. Good clips.
It's
good content.
Hinge Mastery releasing today.
It's good content. You know, Gary Vee voice content. Hit us.
I definitely think we could throw a fat mastermind though. That would be dope.
Let's talk about it after.
We
I
talked about
wanna.
it before.
Yeah. What you want to talk about it right now on the podcast?
No, we don't have to.
Okay. What is something that you would leave the audience with, or just leave us with? What do you want to tell us before we end this?
Apply Force. Download Hinge. And
What is this?
drink Milkies. Stop being poor.
Facts. Cool, my man. Thanks for coming on,
Appreciate you
bro.
Coming on.
It's amazing.
Couldn't
First
have
guest.
had
I think this is a
better
great first guest
episode.
episode. This is amazing. Obviously, this is Daniel. You can find him on Twitter at Cold Email Wizard. We can leave your IG in the description too, your YouTube, etc. My YouTube, my IG, Twitter, etc. and Logan's are both in the description.
And
At
all of our-
LoganFits6 and at Nick RGRS. And then we have clips on the YouTube, on the shorts, and then on TikTok as well. We'd appreciate if you guys went and supported that and just helped us boost. If you enjoy this episode, then you'll obviously enjoy the clips because it's short, super engaging.
Subscribe, and send this to someone that
Yeah.
may right now be somewhat.
If you do anything, just send it to someone that you think would
I don't
enjoy
say
it.
that- I don't say that in a bad way.
I think
but
that's word of
we want to
yes.
help them.
Yeah,
by
send
applying
it-
Force and Milkies.
There you go. Send it to
Force
someone
and Milkies will change your fucking life.
because
It's true. It's true.
amazing. I'm over here trying to promote. You guys are memeing.
All right.
Amazing episode 7. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on episode 8.
Thank you, Yeet.
Peace.